Hey everyone, it's Mike from Rogala Photography here. I just want to do a quick video on one of the new features added to Adobe Lightroom Classic. If you recall, this particular feature, Adaptive Profiles, was added a little while ago, a couple updates ago, to Adobe Camera Raw, and they said that it would be coming to Adobe Lightroom Classic in the near future, and it came actually quite quickly. So I just wanted to show you real quick how it works and the different options you have with it. It's not really many, but we come on over here to the Develop tab, and right over here you'll see in the Basics tab. Okay, if your menu may be like this. Click on the menu, and you have a Profiles tab. Now, usually Adobe will open up, Lightroom Classic, I should say, will open up in Adobe Color. Now, these are just standard profiles that whether you have a Sony camera or a Canon camera, whatever, there's really not much difference in what it does. It's not doing anything based on the photo. Now, these profiles work best with raw photos, and matter of fact, I don't even know if you can use them with JPEGs. To be honest with you, but all you really do is you come on over here and you click on here, and you have all your different profiles, and you can see. I can click on landscape. I can click on standard. Um, and you can also create your own profiles as well. I have a video on how to do linear profiles, which are basically camera specific. But normally, Adobe Color is the one that when you open up a photo, this is what shows. Okay. So if you want to get Adobe, or not Adobe, adaptive profiles, there's two ways you can do it. The first way I'm going to show you, because you may not have it in this menu here, you come on over here to these four squares, click on them, and you might have to scroll down a little bit. You'll see an adaptive section here. Click on that, and you basically have two. You have adaptive color, and you have adaptive black and white. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And then you click on them, and then they do their thing. All right. The other way that you can find it is if you come over in this menu. It might be up here or it might be down here. You can see I have both of them here. So if I click on Adobe Color, okay, it's going to do its thing. And it might take you a little bit depending on your computer because it's got to kind of check your photo, and it's going to analyze it. It's using AI in order to come up with a look for you. And you can see this. This is much better than, I mean, let's go back to Adobe Color. But I mean, you know, you're really not going to use that. I mean, it's okay, but it's not that great. But if you come back over to Adaptive Color, now again, you may not do this. This is just a starting point. Okay, you have to remember that profiles, they get you to a good starting point, and then you go from there. You tweak the settings from there to what you want. So if I were to use one of my linear profiles, it's giving me a good base, and then I would go and set my exposure and my sharpness and color and yada yada yada. But the nice thing here with adaptive color is it takes you to something a little closer to a finished photo. And the nice part about it is that there's a slider, okay, and they put it right in the middle here, and you could take it. You can do less of an effect, okay, if you don't really want it that strong, or if you want to go even stronger. Now, I noticed that once you go past the midway point, it doesn't. I mean, it's tweaking it, but it's not much. But when you go back, the effect is much more. It goes back to almost what the photo was, okay, when you just brought it in. So when you bring it here to the middle, okay, matter of fact, I'll double click on it. And if you noticed, 100% is in the middle, okay, and that's because you can go up higher and you can go to 200%, or you can go down to 0%. And I can click there and it is right there. Now, the great thing about profiles compared to a preset, when you click on a preset, it moves all your sliders down here. Okay, because that's basically what it is. It's a settings that you saved, and then Adobe saying, "Hey, okay, this is what you want, so we're going to put this on here." And the bad thing about presets is that they don't work with every photo. Okay, people are selling these presets online, and they're trying to get you to buy them, say, "Oh yeah, your photos are going to look great," and blah 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 blah. The thing is that they're not going to work with all your photos, because don't forget, they made those presets based on their camera file, their photo, etc. So if your photo isn't even close to what they have, which most likely it's not, those presets aren't going to work. However, profiles, you can see here, like I said, these are nice because they don't actually change the settings that you saved. The profile, like this particular case, this is adaptive. So this one is using AI. So basically every photo that you apply it to, it's going to change. So I can come on over here to this photo over here. And again, it opens up in Adobe Color. I can open it up into adaptive color. And basically I just, change the exposure a little bit. It didn't really do much with the color. And again, I could change it here with the slider and add more or less to it. Okay, I'll put it back in the middle. Now, also too, there is a black and white adaptive profile. So I click on that, and you can see here for this particular photo, the black and white one actually works a little bit better. At least to my eye, it does. And again, I could change it here where it's going to basically brighten it up. It's not really changing a lot of contrast. See here, I like with the black and white, I want to come back down a little bit, make it a little more moodier. And then I could come in and I could change my settings. Okay. So depending on the photo, now I can go back to this other photo here and I can change this to the adaptive black and white. And you can see here that, again, same thing. For this particular photo, the color works much better. Okay. And then obviously for this photo over here, I can use the color one, and if you want to, you could, and then I can, change my color settings and stuff like that. And go for a little cooler, maybe a little cooler temperature. This was actually just last week. So, it was definitely very, very cold out by the bay. So anyway, again, for that particular, but for me, I think the black and white one works better on this one. And then again, you can tweak your settings. You could take the blacks, increase the whites a little bit. Oh, I don't know, maybe bring the highlights down, whatever. And you can just, tweak it to whatever you want. And again, I can also do this as well. And see, now it's changing it. It is making it a little bit brighter in certain spots. And then you can go back down where it's closer to your raw file. So one other thing though is that do not use your auto. Okay, let me go back to the color one here. Do not use your auto button when using adaptive profile. Matter of fact, if you click on it, you will get a warning here saying that it probably won't work very well. Okay. I can hit continue and you can see it's really not all that great. So let me get out of that. But, if I go to black, I wonder how black and white would work. So I click black and white, I click auto, I get the warning, I click that, and that one's not as bad. And I can always bring it back a little bit, but again, they're giving you a warning to tell you that it's not going to work very well with the auto button. Okay, so adaptive color and adaptive black and white profiles, use them by yourself. Now, with the other one, if I use Adobe Color, all right, and then clicked auto, it works just fine. Matter of fact, there's the auto, and here is Adobe. Oh, see, now that's telling me not to use them together. So I have to undo that. Okay. And now I can come back over to adaptive color. And they look almost identical. Okay. So again, but for this particular photo, auto works just as good as adaptive color. So there you have it. Adaptive profiles, black and white and color, are now in Adobe Lightroom Classic. Definitely helping you edit your photos a little bit faster. And again, usually they're not going to give you a finished photo. You might get lucky sometimes and you'll be like, I really like that. But for the most part, they're just giving you a starting point. Okay. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. It really does help. And until next time, take care, everyone.